How was last night and early this morning?
Rough. I've come so close to, shall we have a coffee?
This is demanding, isn't it?
Is this a trap, John? A Ramadan trap?
We've got it on footage. We've got it on video.
It could be that perhaps I have converted. I felt as if I was making contact.
With God. Me and my dad are going to fast together for the first time. I'm a Muslim. My dad is not a Muslim. No drink, no food, no coffee, no nothing during the whole day. That's what we're going to try out in this video. Let's see how it goes.
Good morning, Ramadan world. First of all, proof of the pudding. Not quite 4 o'clock in the morning. We're doing ablution. Pardon me if I get this wrong. So let's start with the hands. I believe it's right hand first. Right hand, I think one does the morning prayer. This is my first morning prayer, so forgive me if I get the routine slightly wrong. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. So here we are at breakfast. I need to point out that I don't normally have breakfast. I don't normally break fast. Instead, I intermittent fast as an older person concerned about his health and well-being. It's something I do on a daily basis, so I don't normally indulge in food until after 5 o'clock anyway. So I guess the fasting bit is going to be more straightforward. By the way, I am aware that it's important that my son has instructed me anyway that it's absolutely vital that I do have some food. So therefore, this is my token food. This is the second set of prayers. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
I am measuring the garden. Is that what you want me to say?
Yes, yeah.
I'm doing a little plan in order to work out costs and to design, obviously. You see, I've just put the wrong measurement in here, John. These questions are interesting. I think I'm going to have to come back and measure when you're not here. Frankly.
Okay, Dad. So now we'll pray the prayers, which are called Zuhur prayers.
Am I saying anything or am I praying?
So I'll lead and then you can join me.
What you want me to repeat after you?
Yeah, you don't need to say anything after me, but you can just follow the same gestures and then pray while you're doing it. So I can be the Imam and then you're praying with me. So we can start the prayer. Salatul Zuhur. Allahu Akbar. How are you? How are you finding the fast?
To be honest, John, I'm feeling perfectly okay. But then I've been fasting, as you know, intermittent fasting for many years now. So that is more or less routine. What is unusual is not drinking. I've come so close to, shall we have a coffee? Grabbing that bottle of water to drink it. I've come very close, just as a matter of habit.
So, Dad, shall I tell you my thoughts on Ramadan and how I feel about these things?
Yes, please, John.
So there's a prayer, which is that, oh, God, grant me your love the love of those who you love, and make your love more dear to me than cool running water, my family, and everything that I love, you know?
Yes.
And I think one of the reasons I love Ramadan is it makes me actually reflect on that and say, well, what do I really love in this life? What's the most important thing to me? And I realize actually I spend a lot of my time thinking about coffee, cakes, cookies, but certainly coffee. Like you, I love coffee. So it's interesting when you remove that, then you have to find something else to replace it.
Yes.
And the thing that I want in reality my whole life to be about is God, about spirituality.
So are you saying that God replaces cake for you, John?
The problem is the cake can replace God. That's the problem, not God replacing cake. It's the other way around.
It'd be interesting if we could go over there in the coffee bar and get a dose, get a cup of God, eh?
Well, yeah, you can. You're getting some right now. You're doing Ramadan. That's it.
All right, I've just had a super idea. There's a ton of people here. Why don't we do a survey? We do a Ramadan survey. We could pick on somebody with a sandwich and ask them, do they really want to eat that?
I think it's going to really put people off their lunch. But I think other than that, it's got great potential as an idea.
I think you've got to do it, John.
When someone says Ramadan to you, what's your first thoughts?
I respect it, obviously. I respect Ramadan. I respect the religion. I want to try doing fasting. I've never done it before, and it's pretty. I just want to try and see how it is.
You mentioned that you are fasting.
That's correct, yes. Yeah,
So-
I'm Muslim myself, I'm fasting, yeah.
So you're Muslim yourself. You are fasting for Ramadan. Could you tell us a bit about how you find Ramadan? What's your thoughts on Ramadan?
I mean, it's hard to explain it with words, I think. It's for me, it's really more about the feeling.
Well, how do you feel about me converting to Islam? Yeah.
I think it's had a beautiful effect on his life. I think, from my heart, I think spirituality is incredibly important, albeit I don't have a faith. I do have the faith, I don't have a religion. And I struggle with that, and that's my problem.
Do you ever see yourself maybe?
Oh, I can't say no to that, but I'm not sure, and it could be that perhaps I have converted, but not to a religion, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm sure God doesn't necessarily discriminate.
Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamida. We just prayed our prayers now. So how did you find these?
I think your observations are more important here, John. Or should I say, how did you find them? I can hear you crying there. I didn't have a show of emotion, unlike you. I feel in that respect that I'm unpracticed. I don't know if I need to be taught how to pray.
I'll tell you from a personal perspective. Then I was praying for you. I was praying for Mum.
It's a damn good cause then.
Yes, exactly.
I hope it didn't bring you to tears, John.
But it does. But it not in a sense of sadness, but in that sense, I was praying for you. I mean, I pray for you and Mum all the time in every one of my prayers. I pray for you Marissa, for my wife, for our kids, your grandkids, that God Almighty will bless us with. I pray three things. I pray that God Almighty may bless us with Iman, that is faith, with Islam, which is peace, and with Ihsan, which is beauty. It should be from the heart,
Right.
But there's guidance that even if you cannot do it from the heart, you should bring it on and your heart will follow.
Okay. What is
It's
this?
interesting.
Is this fake it till you make it?
God forbid. If you want to call it that, then call it that.
Do you act as if?
No, that's the interesting thing. This is the thing about Islam and about spirituality, the ablution. It's a physical thing, but it has a spiritual effect.
Of course.
Well, then imagine the experience of prostrating and weeping in your prayers. It brings this amazing experience.
The fact is, I feel a million miles away from that kind of emotion under these circumstances,
Yeah.
which is my tragedy. And I am
agree.
definitely intrigued by that sort of emotional response.
I agree.
So, John, we are allowed to exercise in Ramadan, so this is not showing any disrespect. That is correct, yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely. Well, in that case, can I ask you a serious question?
Yes.
How much can you bench?
How much can I bench press? Less
Yeah.
than you. Less than
Really?
you, which is, I think
Less than your old man.
Yeah, exactly. Less than my young father. Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah. So we can break our fast at the end of our day of fasting together.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you. Thank
And
you,
God,
Dan.
thank you.
Well done. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Have you enjoyed it?
I'm not sure enjoy is the correct word, but in actual fact, I have enjoyed it. From many respects. I enjoyed this morning by myself, trying to meet your deadlines, Jonathan, and trying like a willing puppet to put myself through all of the exercises that's required of Ramadan first thing in the morning. That too was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've enjoyed a lot of it. I've enjoyed praying with you. So that was really nice. I enjoyed praying with you. I enjoyed that. We've broken our fast, and now we're going to pray the prayer, which is the prayer at the time of sunset, which is called Maghrib. And so now it's sunset prayer. So we can pray this together. All good?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Allahu Akbar.
It was good fun. It was like Christmas morning.
And why was it like Christmas morning?
I had a sense of anticipation, and I think I like exercises. I enjoyed the ritual.
Did you feel like it was like exercise?
I think it was a mental, physical, and spiritual exercise, workout, you might say. I think I have been toying with the idea of doing prayer, or using prayer, or praying for some time now. I think I hit on a process where I felt as if I was making connection, as if I felt as if I was making contact.
With God?
I suppose so, or with my higher self. I don't presume to judge, and I don't presume that God is necessarily interested in me, though I'm sure he's interested in all his creatures. But I did feel contact, and that was satisfying.
And what was it like? What was when you say contact, what do you mean?
Well, I felt as if I wasn't wasting my time. I felt it wasn't ritualistic, it wasn't tokenistic. I felt as if I were actually communicating purposefully.